Hello, good evening. Welcome to this evening's issue of GCBC. Joining me after a 2-week hiatus is my co-host, Mr. Andy Davo. How are you, sir?
Oh, very good, thank you, Gav. Very good.
I hear your perfect record for the season has gone. Is this true?
I'm so pleased that's what you opened with this evening. Yeah, that is true.
Hey, I'll tell you what, it's hard to come up with some put down for you every week with your exceedingly fairly average Blood Bowl play.
Yeah, well, you could have led with, I hear you're top of Champions Ladder at the moment. I mean, you could have led with that. You could have led with, I hear you got promoted in OCC recently and you won your division. Yeah, you could have led with that. Or you could say, well, you're still unbeaten in Prem West and still top of the division. I mean, there are three things you could have led with. What you chose to lead with was, you drew a game. Well, thank you very much.
I have to go with something that the viewers care about. Everything else that you listed there is no one gives a flying fig, to be honest.
Wow. Sad times.
Never mind. Right, good evening, Bulldog. Good evening, Loki Star, you're supposed to be here with us. Have you actually signed up to Discord yet? I don't see you. Feel free to join us. We don't know where you are. It's not like you've had weeks to prepare. Right, so let's have a look. I know Zunk's playing this evening, which is interesting.
He is. I'm happy to cover that game. There is one other game which is worth covering,
Tell us. I know you always have a good idea of which game to cover.
Victorian Expletives versus Chainclaw Massacreists.
Do we want to watch that game? Who's Victorian Expletives? That's Keith Carr. Who's
he
playing against? Who's Chainclaw Massacres? Is Rinjani, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
Wow. What an awful lot of games that are going on in the UKBBL right now.
Bunch of happy clappies, Joe.
Where is Zunk's team?
There is quite a lot of games.
As that has
dwarf. Is that a dwarf off? Please tell me that's not a dwarf off.
What's a dwarf off?
Prancing Posh Princes. That doesn't sound like dwarfs, but it's got a dwarf symbol.
Prancing Posh Princes is High Elves. That's High Elves versus Dwarves, that is. Oh, it looks like Zunk's losing that.
They received.
Right, so what were you saying? Gitzberg. Oh, Gitzberg Griefers versus Squishy. That's more dwarves.
No.
I
think Victorian Expletives are top of their division, and
right, let's go. Skaven versus a little bit of chaos. So yeah, why the hell not?
I think we should then move on to Carrot Government versus Prancing.
Agreed.
Posh Princes.
Let's just close that down. The Weight Tricks. Yeah, well, Loki Star should be joining us, absolutely, at the Weight Tricks. But I had a look earlier to find out if he'd been on the Discord. So, but he's not actually a member of our channel. Loki Star, if you're trying to find a way in the UKBBL section of our UKBBL website, there is a Discord section that has the invites to the server. So, please have a look at that. Oh, look at that! Look at that Minotaur. It's waiting to be surfed. Whose turn is it? It's the Skaven's turn as well. Have they blitzed? They haven't even blitzed yet.
No, but they're going to struggle to do anything other than a 2-dice uphill on it.
Well, this is true. It's a super stress, a strength 5. No, you can get the other assist there. You can get 1 dice in there. It's only a 3+ dodge, a 2+ dodge, and a 3+ dodge.
With no rerolls.
Yeah, potato.
I feel like I'm picking fault with that idea, but still. I'd be very tempted with the 2-dice uphill with the gutter runner. If you're gonna do that, just
he's got wrestle. Oh, there we go. He's fallen over. Never mind, Keith. And what you should have done, actually, Keith, here, just pointing this out, that gutter runner isn't actually safe from this guy. It's a 3+ dodge to get a 2-dice block on that Skaven over there now.
He'll get an assist now.
Yeah, and he's got tackle. So, and all he had to do was just move this Skaven next to the sideline. Everyone would have been happy. This one can't reach. This one can. This is gonna. Could he pay? Could he pay for that? Charlie, I heard. Well, yeah, Charlie, your opponent this evening has requested not to be streamed. That's why.
That's
So,
how you take down a rap band.
that's why we're not covering that.
Solid
I'm
punch
afraid.
to the mangy
So
critter
you can
will
crow all
stop
you
it
like
from
in the channel, but yeah, we'll wait for Loki Star. The plan is to have a good conversation with Loki Star. So how was Poland, Andy? Anyway,
Oh, it was very good. Thank you. It was very good. I
did you
enjoyed
pop
it.
the question? No pressure, but did you pop the question?
No.
Heartbreaker. I'm just going to
I
turn
know.
the sounds off. I don't want to be over talked by Bob and Jim, so they won't be commentating over us now. The only dulcet tones will be mine and Andy's. Thanks, Andy, for the host. Much appreciated. Just trying to work
You're
out
welcome.
Discord. You've been on the Loki Star. You've been on the program for several weeks now. Nothing like last minute. Discord's not dreadfully difficult to sort out. So, oh, and we've had another fallen over. That was a double one, so I suppose if you're going to leave a shot open, following up with a double one's not bad. So, Andy, I understand your streaming's going exceedingly well as well.
It is, yeah. Just to break into seriousness for a moment. Yeah, I say we. I like to just include basically my co-host in this, Coach Zunk, and we've had up to around 80 viewers, three different times. We've also got to around about 200 followers, which is great.
It's not bad at all.
Yeah, and we have been mainly or almost exclusively streaming my Champions Ladder progress, where we have got to first place in the Champions Ladder with a Chaos team. And I sort of play the games and point out all the tactical stuff. And Zunk talks to the everyone in the stream and sort of makes everyone feel welcome and loved. And it works really well. And we have a bit of banter as well. It's great.
No, we like the auto mod, the Waitrix. It's to stop you from using your foul-mouthed ability. So I'm the one that's in charge here, and the auto mod is looking after bad, potty-mouthed people from Sweden. That's all I'm going to say to that, the Waitrix. So, obviously tonight we've got the FA Cup draw, Andy, as well. Last 16 time.
Oh, have we? Oh,
Yeah.
right, that'll be interesting.
I know, right? You've got to bring out your bingo calling.
Alright, I'll think of up some special bingo calls just for.
Fortunately tonight it won't take long. It's only numbers 1 to 16. So good evening, Al Bundy. Good evening, OMT. Good evening, Barmy. Good evening to everybody who's here with us. Thank you for joining.
I wonder who's in the last 16. Keith, I can tell you someone who's not in it. Me.
I feel, Andy, that you're heading that one off at the pass.
Yeah, I am. Yeah.
Before someone else says it.
But I can also confirm we've got 13 people in the stream. Obviously, one of them, and Gal, I suspect, is another. So there's probably 11 people in the stream. I can probably confirm the other 12, not including myself, are also not first place in the Champions Ladder. So there is that.
Andy,
and that isn't a Tin Pop Cup.
Because I have put you your GCBC 3 area on the UKBBL website. Still waiting for you to tell me what description you wanted underneath GCBC 3, because at the moment it reads, and I'm quoting this directly from the website, this description will be altered when Davo decides what he wants it to say. In the meantime, he's a twat.
Yeah, I saw that, and to be honest, I haven't changed it. It is just giving me it's giving positive publicity, because people are going to read it and actually think to themselves, "Oh, I wonder what that is." So I'm all right with that.
Yeah,
all right with it.
The Waitrix, I think you got knocked out in the FA Cup last round, didn't you? Didn't you lose 4-0? It was the smashing of the round. Or so I thought. Until I found out that another match involving MC Hammer was finished at half-time when MC Hammer was 3-0 up at the half. Just throwing it out there. That's probably worse than you getting spanked 4-0.
An
So-
AB6 gutter runner. That's a thing of beauty, isn't it?
Well, it's nearly as good as a break tackle dodge.
No. Anyway, to be honest,
We did
I
talk
have to
about.
admit,
Good
I'm a
evening,
little-
Robbo. We did talk about the break tackle dodge ogre again last week. Bevan
Oh, did
brought him
you?
up. Yeah, we talked about him at
What?
length as well.
What I can say from playing about 40 games of Blood Bowl in the space of about a week and a bit, is that I have suddenly discovered that all Blood Bowl is properly made up of all manner of shapes and sizes. And there are some great coaches out there, and there's some awful coaches out there. And playing the awful ones is just fun, actually, most of the time. So
Does it mean that
I'm not
much?
letting-
Does that mean that much to you? You know, does it mean that much just going in and mercilessly destroying players who could do with your knowledge? Do you not spend time to help them?
I do. What I do, what I do, wasn't me. Is I tell them the stream's on, and I tell them if they want to improve, they can go and watch it. And if they choose to take me up on my advice, then great. And if they don't, well, that's why they lost.
Do you think the standard in the Champions Ladder is generally higher than the other open leagues, though? Or is it as different as you get elsewhere?
The standard in the Champions Ladder is akin to playing. I want to say it's like playing in the FA Cup, which is one round or one game. You might play a Premiership coach with a Premiership side,
Yeah.
and the next game you literally might play a terrible
Stanley.
Tier 4 player, and then you get a medium player and a great player and a great player and then a terrible one and another terrible. It's not one or the other.
Okay, until I suppose the knockout rounds, which by the looks
Yeah.
of things, you're going to be doing. I mean, where's the next closest Chaos team to you then, if you're in first place?
Oh, miles away. There's no way I'm not going to quite. I think it's basically a done deal. My Chaos record is something like 33-7-2, and the next closest is 17-7-3 or something. So he'd need to win 15 games in a row.
And how many days have you managed to get that many? Is the number of games purely because you had that week off?
Yeah, I had a week off and I just played, and that's from a standing start, one attempt. I didn't quit the team if it didn't win. I just played, and that's what it spat out.
Okay.
And in that record, I've played the guy who's third or second, the guy who's fifth, the guy who's seventh, the guy who's 10th, and a couple of teams who were sort of 9-1-0 type records where we then mostly beat them all.
Okay.
It went really well.
I have to ask because
really
it's
well.
the bit that everyone wants to hear about. Could you tell us about your 2 losses?
I genuinely can't. No.
Well, they're that forgettable.
Oh no, actually I can. The very first game, literally the very first game that I streamed was the game I lost. Was one of the 2 losses, and it was against a Bretonian team. And I looked at it beforehand, and Zunk and I were talking. And thought, this will be fine. It wasn't against a coach with a particularly good record. He was 50% wins.
Okay.
It wasn't a great team. He just got a wizard, and on turn 7, the wizard put the ball loose, and a string of very unlikely things all happened, and he stole the ball and scored.
To be fair, losing with TV 1000 Chaos is nothing to be ashamed about.
Oh no, this wasn't TV 1000. This was like 1500 versus 1300.
Oh, sorry, I thought that was the first game that you streamed.
It was the first game I streamed, but it wasn't the first game with the team.
Loki Star is
8
in.
games or something.
Okay,
This is a
Loki
good
Star. Now you join. It's all right, guys. Help Loki Star get onto our chat rooms. Okay, I'm going to leave it to the viewership. I'm not going to talk over the stream whilst Loki Star's trying to get in. I will keep an eye out when you actually manage to appear on the voice channels. Once you're in the voice channels, I will drag you into the GCBC broadcasting room. I am totally assuming that you have a microphone. So there we go.
Yeah. I know Keith's in the stream, so I'm a little bit less inclined to talk tactics and whatnot here.
Well, you
But
can
I'm not
talk
saying-
about. You can tell him what he's done wrong after he's done it wrong. That's probably the best thing to do.
Yeah, the only thing I'm just gonna query, and
Good evening, Glasshammer.
maybe it's already in his head, maybe it's not, is that I'd be surprised, genuinely would be surprised if he scores with that gutter runner. He really, really needs to start looking at levelling up some of the other players on his team.
Well, as opposed to just the gutter runners.
Well, no, as opposed to that gutter runner that's on 70 something, 80 star player points with a niggle.
83-star player points.
That he could have this turn done the two. Yeah, he's done all these moves, which is great. But you could have run the gutter runner with no star player points forward first, and then thrown the ball to him just to generate another star player point. Like, there'd be no harm in that. And this team really needs more star player points, I think.
So surely the play the next turn is to hand off to that.
I think he probably will, and he's 1-0 up, so scoring in 2 turns is fine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If arguably it's probably the right play, isn't it?
Yeah, any channel, any UKBBL voice channel is fine. UKBBL Lounge, I will see him there and I will drag him into the GCBC channel, so that's fine. He just needs to get on the server first.
Oh, he's a good Minotaur, isn't he, that one?
Do you like him?
Well, when I say good, he's well behaved. Skill-wise, not
But
so much.
he's not dead.
He's got pro.
Well, Loki Star, you're on here twice now. Is it Loki Star with a capital L or a Loki Star with a lowercase L? Right, there we go.
I do like that beastman with plus strength. That's
There
nice.
we go.
And just going to throw this out there, because we've not done the handoff last turn, we've now got to do it this turn. You are susceptible to losing the game, or sorry, drawing the game on a 1-1, because if the ball is dropped, it is likely, it is possible the Chaos will recover it, and that's surely something that Keith Carr will be mindful of.
So, with the situation where Rinjani's put those Chaos players now, do you still risk the handoff?
Yeah, I would, and then I get quite salty about the fact that it didn't work. But no, I would, I would, because you can still cover, basically cover it. If you do it right, and I'm not going to say how because he's in the channel. You can be okay.
Keith says that gutter runner is a ball magnet. Only because you make him like that. I used to have a friend in our tabletop league that every single team he ever played with, you ended up with one super player, and then the rest were kind of support people. Bloody hell! Bloody hell!
What?
I bet he wished he blitzed that. Did you see that beastman run through those tackle zones then?
Oh my word!
I bet he wished he'd blitzed. That was ridiculous.
Wow. What's the movement run around? 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, he's got to be tempted to the surf. He's surely got to be tempted to the surf. Because
he got
style
Juggernaut?
points
Is that
are on offer.
Rat Ogre got Juggernaut? No, he's not. He's not taking the surf.
He's missing out on style points. He's still got the surf, to be fair. He won't take it now, but it is there. Because he could have pushed into the square that's 18. And
there we go.
the
Hand
on
off stun.
1-star player.
Just for you, Andy. You've handed off and skilled up a gutter runner. Oh no.
It hasn't, because it's only on 1-star player point. If he'd have thrown with that gutter runner last turn, he'd be on 2-star player points, and he just need a thrown.
Oh, there's Loki Star. Loki Star, are you with us? Have you worked out what your push to talk key is? I'll take that as a no. When you've worked out how to talk... Oh, there we go. Hello, Loki Star.
Can you hear me?
We can hear you.
You can hear me?
We can hear you, yes.
Fantastic!
Welcome to GCBC. Now, the first thing you need to do, Loki Star, is you need to watch the game on your Blood Bowl client and not on the stream. Once you've done that, we can talk about the game.
Good evening, Anton. Thank you for joining us. I even saw you pop up in my stream, I think, one time last week.
If it feels better, the Weight Tricks, Loki Star was loud to me then as well, so I've turned him down.
He wasn't loud to me.
People like to do that.
There we go.
Turn you down. Mostly girls?
Oh, them too.
Shots are being fired here. Well, welcome to GCBC. First time we're popping your GCBC cherry tonight, Loki Star.
Oh, what a lucky man I am. Finally popped it.
Oh, blimey. Am I detecting a little Antipodean twang there as well?
Oh, I'm Swedish.
Are you really? That doesn't sound... You didn't sound very Swedish.
You don't sound Swedish.
No, you definitely didn't.
Been here 20 years, if that counts.
You've been in the UK for 20 years?
No, I've been in Sweden for 20 years.
Ah, you were born in Sweden.
First. No, from Sydney.
Ah, you see, there's the Antipodean twang. Told you. So. I thought my accent dial was off there for a second.
Who could fool you?
So, no one. No one.
You swapped sun and
here we go.
Beautifully tanned ladies for
Well, hang on.
snow.
Have you seen the Swedes? They're not bad looking ladies.
Yeah, snow and blonde ladies.
You would be the first person to mention that to me, actually.
Would I really? You wouldn't have thought in 20 years. God, yeah, I love being original, me.
Very nice to meet you guys online finally.
It's good to have new code. We'll be talking about your Blood Bowl journey shortly. So you're watching the game on the client now, I hope. You're in Blood Bowl 2, you're watching the game live. It's the Keith Carr and Johnny game.
I'm not, but I'll work that out. I'm very smart with these things.
Basically, all you need to do is turn on your Blood Bowl 2, watch the same game as us, and it will eventually take you to the same point. So, and then we'll be commentating on the same point in the game, you see, because there is a delay to the stream. So. Oh,
I actually went to bed early tonight. Almost missed this.
Even though the fact that you were in the program for a couple of weeks.
See if that can stop me missing things.
Oh, right. Imagine having a diary. By the way, Andy, I did see one of your streams, and you were giving some incorrect advice about wizards. Just to point that out.
Dear me, you're going to bring this up again? I'm sure you brought this up on the stream last week.
No. Well, I did, but you weren't here to ridicule them, so.
Okay, right. Just to head this one off as well. I'm hoping we can talk to the guest a little bit more. But if on your turn you use a wizard and you knock over one of your own players, it is not a turnover. I previously thought that it was a turnover. It is not. There we go.
Thank you, Andy, for correcting yourself.
You're
much
welcome.
Appreciated.
And I just want to clarify one other thing. Anton, the game where I didn't score on turn 8 when I had the ball, did I win? Yes, I did.
I can ask a question about wizards. If somebody's actually already down and in the area of effect of a fireball, are they affected?
No. A fireball only hits standing players of either team.
Exactly that. Andy, you are correct on that one. Well done.
Hello.
You're yawning. You've been here 2
I'm
minutes.
always yawning on a Monday. What happened? Right, this is what happens. On a Sunday, I don't go to bed early because I don't want to, because I have to go to work. So, on a Monday, I'm always tired.
Hang on, wait. Run that by me again. On a Sunday, you don't go to bed early because you don't want to, because you have to go to work the next day.
Yes. Yeah. I'm still, unfortunately, 12. Okay?
Okay.
It's a bit like school. You hate going to work. There. Said it. Done.
Brilliant.
And Ali, you see, you popped up in this stream. Yeah, it was the game. I suspect it was the one where the Chorf coach tried to. We went all out war, and he semi-potatoed down the left flank, and I surfed him. and
Semi-potatoed.
he got quite cross.
What does semi-potatoed mean?
So a potato play is when you just send the ball carrier off on its own. I found this out from Jimmy Fantastic. Where you send it out just on its own with no protection, so you can just get it smashed.
Well, sometimes that is necessary, isn't it? Sometimes you have to trust in Blodge.
Yeah, sometimes it's a thing.
I do
I
that
like
play
that
all
from
the time.
Johnny.
Which game are we streaming, by the way, boys?
Victorian Expletives versus Chainclaw Masochists at the moment. It's in turn 12, but that's fine. The other thing that I need, the other thing that I need you both to have ready is the numbers 1 to 16 for the FA Cup draw. Did you compete in the FA Cup this season, Loki Star?
I was in the first match, if that's what you mean.
That's brilliant. And like Andy and I, were you knocked out in the first round?
Oh, destroyed.
Okay. Makes Andy
Tip-top
feel much
cup.
better.
It was great in the first season. After that, it's gone straight downhill.
So does that mean you're not going to play in it next season, Andy?
Genuinely not sure. Genuinely not sure.
Knocked out, I didn't see the point in staying in.
That's right.
Yeah.
Free up some of your calendar. Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. Can we? I'm just going to talk about the game just for a second. I feel like we should. What Keith Carr's done here is very good. That he's tagged the Beastman, so he is making Rinjani have to roll a 3+ to get away, and Rinjani's going to have to throw it and catch it realistically to get anywhere near safe this turn. The other option is that Rinjani might blitz with the Beastman holding the ball and try and run forwards, and then form maybe a side cage, but it won't be safe. It's great. It's good play. I like it.
So Andy, was that you advising the optimal play here is a passing play?
Possibly, yeah.
Everyone, get that recorded. Everybody there in the stream tonight, please get that down. Andy Davo advising on a passing play. 3 dice from the Minotaur on that gutter runner. Doesn't get him down. Have another go, Mr. Minotaur.
Yeah. It's only got a niggle. It's not like it's going to fucking
There we
break.
go. And here we go through the armour.
Bang!
And he's fine. He's fine.
He's saving him up for next season so I can kill him. Okay.
Is this Premiership match, by the way?
No, it's the top 2 out of Outdoor West. So
Okay,
if
so West side.
these two, if one of these two wins and they keep it up, they will be in my division next season.
That's very true, Robbo. Andy doesn't mind a passing play when it involves low risk and farming SPPs.
Yeah.
That's very, very true. And the Waitrix has clipped that moment where Andy's advising on a passing play. So there we go. Thank you very much, the Waitrix, having the editor here with us tonight. So, Loki Star, where did you first start playing Blood Bowl?
Played it as a board game originally, but only ever had about 3 or 4 matches, and that was about 25 years ago or something.
Okay, so 90, late mid-90s?
Early to mid-90s.
Yeah, before you moved to Sweden.
Or I moved to Sweden.
Okay. And then after that, nothing for
nothing.
donkey's years, and then...
Nothing until last year. Got the cyanide version of Blood Bowl 2 and just got back into it.
And enjoying it?
Frustrated completely, but enjoying an occasional game.
And you're sticking it out in the UKBBL?
Oh, absolutely.
How did you find... You're in the OCC as well, aren't you?
No.
Oh, you're not? It's just the UKBBL? We feel honoured.
I have actually joined Australia New Zealand one, BB Lands or something.
Okay, yeah.
Plays and just have a few friendlies against him. I joined that, but I think I've only played 2 games.
What's that like, doing the time difference then? You're pretty mad.
Yeah, that's why I've only played a couple of games. I play in mornings and he plays evenings.
Wow.
At least I enjoyed that game.
Oh, is someone disconnected here? Wait to see if he reconnects. Phew, he came back. Okay, that's why we're getting this big pause now. The clock never actually stopped, as far as I noticed. So
Yeah, at least I won one game in the last sort of 4 months or something.
you're in Middenheim East, aren't you?
Yeah, I get to play you in a couple of weeks.
You do. With your team looks pretty good. I'm surprised that you've not managed to pick up a single result in that W column this season. There's the first dodge.
Oh, 3-4 games so far this season. I just do the old potato play, as Andy likes to call it.
I feel like I'm judging you now, and that's not the point of this.
Oh, you're allowed to.
You've got a very nice team.
The passing play worked. Tea Leaf Squire, isn't it? That's your team.
That's the one.
Well, where did that name come from, out of interest? I have to ask.
Oh, Tea Leaf was a role-playing character I played at one stage. And, yeah, something along those lines. Had to come up with a good name, or at least a name.
Andy, I have to ask a question here, and the passing play worked. Do you follow that up with the handoff to the other beastman?
Nah, you used to re-roll.
Oh, I know that. There we go. Here comes the handoff. Hey, what do you know? Do you go for it,
I would have
Andy?
done it too.
Do you go for it into the end zone? Yes, you do. 2-1. There you go, Andy. What do you know?
So that was 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 2 plus.
Yeah.
After rolling a boatload of dice earlier in the turn,
Go
just
on,
to burn
tell
your
us the
reroll off.
statistical probability.
No,
of that
I
play
don't.
working.
I'm sure the viewers don't care about me being right. It's all about the amusement, isn't it?
Well, it's what it is about is the play. It's a fun
I had
play, that one.
4 in 10 chance of working with a reroll. It had a 1.5 in 10 chance of working without a reroll.
So it was a 15% chance without a reroll, 40% chance with a reroll.
Yeah, broadly.
I suppose, Andy, the only thing in Rinjani's favour there, okay, if he thinks he can still get a result out of this game, surely that's the play? Giving himself
Yeah,
four turns?
it is the
situational.
right play.
It's the situational thing, isn't it?
Because losing 3-0 or 2-1, it doesn't really make any difference to him, I suspect. So
Bob's
it probably
moaning
was
that play's not crazy enough.
Well,
40%
no.
chance is too high for Bob. Nice. Okay. No, I think that I've seen Rinjani play. He manages risk quite well normally. I think to be fair to him, I think that was the play there, given the situation in the game. It's not a thing that he'd normally do. But it's given him four turns now to turn over the Skaven. And what they got? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. They've still got 11 players left. That's a bit annoying if you're the Chaos.
That's true. Can we just clarify, by the way, the promotions and relegations this season from the top tiers? Is it the top 2 only go up out of tier 2?
Correct.
That's
It
interesting.
is. Bottom 4 go down from Premiership.
And how many go down from tier 2?
3.
3 go down from each
Yep.
group.
3 go down, apart from
God,
tier 1.
okay.
So tier 1, 4 go down, 2 go up from tier 2. Because there are 4 divisions in tier 2. Tier 2, it's 3 down, 3 up. And tier 3 to 4, it's 3 down, 3 up. And then if there are re-rolls, then coaches returning get dibs first. In any division that has a space within 1 tier of their previous, so if they're bringing their team back. So for instance, if you were previously in the Premiership and you decided you want to have a season off and you came back, you could be placed in any of the Premiership divisions, doesn't matter which conference, or any of tier 2. So usually you'll get back in. So how come you chose Necromantic for your UKBBL league team, Loki Star? Why?
I mainly played against the computer, and it doesn't exactly teach you particularly well. I like to have something that is not too slow, at least with some players, and I like to have claw because otherwise you just get completely outbashed. I've never played elves. It just seemed like a good option. It was either that or if I got to choose again, also Chaos Dwarves would be another one I'd consider.
So it had to be a team with claw, and it had to have a bit of speed.
I think so. Dwarves by themselves, I kind of, I think for an early stage player like myself, dwarves are all right. But it becomes frustrating that you can never score if they're a bit slow.
True.
I started playing undead, but I just thought I'd give Necromantic a go, and that's what I played first time, and I played them since.
And that was in one player. You played the Necro in the one player.
No, I played Necro. First game I ever played was a couple of seasons ago in UKBBL.
Right. Okay. And how did you find out about the UKBBL?
I just searched for something to play in. Really, I mean,
Okay.
it's no more challenging than that. And English is better than German or something else. So.
Okay. I feel the need to ask you what drove you to the move to Sweden, because it is unusual. I'm sure you can't be that. There can't be that many Australians in Sweden.
Scarily enough, a lot more than you'd think.
Really?
Maybe not as bad as the UK, but
No,
there's plenty of us.
A lot in the UK.
Can I just double check? Is Rinjani in the stream? Because Keith's made a very big tactical error here. Very big.
Let me have a look for you. Rinjani is not in the stream.
Not in the stream. Okay, so what I'm about to call out is he's already gone and moved. So you could have, with the Strength 4 Beastman, knocked over one of those two line rats, or just pushed it backwards, and then blitzed with a Minotaur and the other Strength 4 rat, and put the tentacles against the ball carrier, and the gutter runner stood next to the ball carrier, and then he would have been in a world of trouble. Because you can't dodge away, you can't realistically hand off, and even if you hand it off, you've got dodge away from tentacle strength 2 versus strength 5. The gutter runner that stood in front of the ball carrier should actually be stood against the sideline, one to the left. So if that play happened, you could then hand off without being in a tackle zone. The other thing which I didn't like was the rat ogre was just sort of hung out to dry with those Chaos Warriors. You could have got off 2 dice block with Rat Ogre if you'd brought the Armour 6 Gutter Runner up to provide an assist. There we go, as you were, carry on.
We'll go back and have a look at that at the start of the turn. So turn 13, we'll have a look at that at the end. We'll come back to it. Tentacles and the ball coming up. No tentacles in the ball.
No, there could have been tentacles. There should have been tentacles, but there wasn't.
Which number would you have hit to get in there?
I'm going to rewind it in my client to the beginning of the turn.
We'll go back to turn 13 in a minute at the end of the game. This is a relatively easy score for Keith now. Keith, no pressure, but this is a relatively easy score. Yeah, I'm sorry about this, Oriel Ennis. I know that you don't tune in to listen to Andy blither on about Blood Bowl. It's far more entertaining than that, but here we are.
Okay, so what would I have done?
Andy, we'll look at it at the end of the game. Let's watch the game to its conclusion.
Okay.
If Keith scores here, then the game is pretty much done, and we can go back to that turn 13. So, I mean, this is a relatively straightforward score now for Keith.
And I just want to point out that ordinarily Rinjani plays a very solid game, and I played him recently, and if it wasn't other for the grace of God, I think he would have won. So,
well, that's okay, because let's be honest, in this match that you failed to win this last week, Andy, you couldn't even beat a team of goats. So and you being ever the good sport that you are, just posted in the forums that this reminds you that it is just a dice game.
Did it ever?
I'm just glad you're graceful, mate.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, it means so much more to insult him with an accent. I like it. Right, let's go back to the start of turn 13 then, shall we? So I'm going to pause it. Start of the Chaos turn 13.
Tell me when you're there. So I've questions on mine. One, he stood up one of the Chaos Warriors, and then another Chaos Warrior then punches the Rat Ogre, which is fine because their actions you're gonna take. So you can have those two as free actions.
Right, so hang on, wait. Right. So I'm gone back to Keith Carr's turn 13.
No, yeah, you want Rinjani's 13.
Yeah, that's okay. So the throwers pick the ball up. This will skip through this quite quickly now because it's not.
I am indeed an Arian. See your Champions Ladder teams coming along again.
Andy is commentating an Arian. Unfortunately, we have to listen to his dulcet tones here on a Monday night. We're here we're here every Monday. Well, I am. Andy had a holiday recently. So, right. So now the Rat Ogre's been knocked over, and the Minotaur is about to blitz.
Right. So the Minotaur needs to not blitz. So my first action here.
Right. So hang on. I need to go back to before the Minotaur blitzed. Okay.
Okay. So first action.
Right. Yeah. They've blocked the Rat Ogre. Right.
Yeah. Now, what you could do here is you want to go and probably pin that gutter runner. So the first action, because you shouldn't be running.
Gutter runner?
The gutter runner that's just in scoring, in the one that's furthest forward. So the Beastman,
Number 5.
Yeah, the Beastman that is number 11 goes and stands where he actually does end up putting him directly in front of the gutter runner, just to slow it down a little bit.
Yeah.
Next action, the Claw Block Mighty Blow Chaos Warrior comes across and walks 5 squares and stands directly to the right, as I look at it from Skaven's point of view, against lineman number 10.
So he stands directly right of number 10, yeah?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay, yeah.
Then the Beastman, that is strength 4, has now got an assist on that same line rat, and has one cancelled out, so he's still got 2 dice, and he can 2 dice block Gib face the lineman. And you don't follow up, and you just block it. The only result that is bad there is a both down result because you want to walk through that square. You then get a blitz from the Minotaur into the other line rat, which is number 13.
Bez comes.
Yeah, and because you're now strength 7, because you haven't followed up with the assist, and you've got strength 5 plus 1 is 6, so 7, you get 3 dice on that into 2 dice, and you push it into your own half, and then your 5th square is you're going to stand directly to the right of the gutter runner number 7. So you've put tentacles, and you're stood next to both the thrower and the gutter runner. Note here we haven't moved the block guard Chaos Warrior, which is in the gaggle of 3 next to the
Flammer, number 2.
Rat Ogre. And I chose to use the non-guarding guy to throw the first assist. The guard guy can then go and stand next to the Minotaur, and you make a little box of 4, and he helps the Minotaur just stay on its feet. And then my last action would be to take the Beastman that his tackle, dodge, wrestle, and go and stand next to one of the 2 line rats, and then you can have, if you haven't used your reroll, I would be very tempted in taking a 1 dice block on one of the 2 unskilled line rats, and that would put him in a lot of trouble. That would be my play, and the reason I said that gutter runner was misplaced, number 7 gutter runner, is because it makes the handoff difficult. If the gutter runner is against the sideline, you can just hand off.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that would be my response to that turn.
Okay. Right. So it went 3-1 to the Rats. So we can come out of this game now. Let's see what
How
else.
many games of this have you played?
Me? How many games have I played of Blood Bowl? Oh, a fair few. Probably in somewhere between 3,000 and 4,000.
Yeah, that's probably similar. Probably similar.
About 30, isn't it?
It's quite a lot. Playing history time. I've played probably for 7 or 8 years, maybe slightly longer. And when Blood Bowl 1 first came out on PC, I went and played a lot of public ladder just for practice, and got a couple of teams into the top 50 there, because I just thought it was great fun. Then I played loads of private league stuff, and before that I'd played a bit on Fumble, a little bit of tabletop, and now I've gone back into playing public ladder games in Blood Bowl 2.
The more you play, the better you get. That's the key thing. This is the key thing. A lot of people I'll come in for my game once a week, and I enjoy it, which is fine. But if you do want to, excel, you do need to practice. It's like anything. Practice makes you better, and sometimes you just don't want to play.
Yeah.
But you have to pull yourself through it. And Andy went through a phase of not wanting to play at all, and he's skilled. He'll be the first to admit that.
Yeah, I go through occasionally. It goes and just annoys the crap out of me. But it is fundamentally a dice game, and having played people who are better than me and people who are not better than me, the thing I like about it is the thing that frustrates everyone, which is the silliness can happen, or the stuff that should work doesn't work, and both of those are likely.
Right, we've got 2 coin tosses this week, Andy.
Oh, we? Fantastic.
Skuld and Farron drew, and Anton and Glasshammer drew. So I'm going to do those first. Here's the. We're going to find out. Skuld versus Farron. The winner is, and it'll be the top one. Skuld, congratulations, you've knocked out Farron. That was easy, wasn't it? You didn't have to play all those games. I think they played twice and still didn't have a result. So.
Wow. I can't commentate on that. They're both admins of mine.
I know.
Although I know Skuld, so yay!
And then the other one is Anton and Glasshammer.
And Farron's now in the chat. Yeah, he's boo.
Anton versus Glasshammer, and the winner is Anton. Congratulations, Anton, on being drawn out of a hat. Right. So we're just going to do this quickly. There's only 16 teams to draw out, so both Loki Star and Andy should have a list of numbers 1 to 16 in front of them.
Maybe.
And if they don't, Andy, you know better than that. Right. So Skuld, what is Robbo playing in the league at the moment? Anton's playing Chaos. What's Robbo?
He's playing Dark Elves.
Robbo is Dark Elves. So we've got in the last 16 a Wood Elf teams, 2 Skavens, 2 Dark Elves and a High Elf, 4 Orcs, 1 Necro, 2 Necro, Lizards, 1 Undead, and that's it. At least until next season, or maybe the season after, depending on when Legendary Edition comes out. So, drawing the home teams, as usual, is our guest. So, Loki Star, you get to draw the first number out of the hat. Oh, hang on. I need to just put the filters on.
12.
Number 12. Okay, so number 12, home field advantage goes to Bend. I played Ben this season. I beat him. Yay! Playing Undead. I think he's top of our division, isn't he, Loki Star? He's certainly up there.
I think he is, actually.
Yeah, top of tier 2, Bend is. So.
Yeah, Nocturnal Supremacy. Yeah.
Okay.
I should have beaten him last week.
Andy, second team, out the hat.
We're going to go for Sweet 16.
Sweet 16 is Tector. Oh, that's a good game. I like that. That's a draw of the round, surely already. Tector. Okay, next home team, please, Loki Star.
14.
Number 14. Toby won. Orcs, one of the Orcs that's still in the cup, one of 4 Orc teams. Something Orange, I want to say his team name is. Can't remember right off the top of my head. And Andy, the away team.
It's something naughty. It's 15.
Keith Carscaven. Keith, you got an Orc match to face now. And the next home team, please.
Unless
Number
it's
3.
Swedish.
Number 3. Robbo, one on a coin toss. Scold. And he'll be playing at home with his Dark Elves against Andy. Not Andy, clearly not Andy, but...
It's binary. It's number 10.
Mailer. Mailer's Premiership as well, I think, isn't he? Number 10. And the next home team, please, Loki Star.
Number 9.
Number 9. Pete Nathan Skaven. That's a tier 4 team, still in the cup. He's done well to get there. I think he won the last round. Yeah, he won 2-0 in the last round. And the away team, Andy.
XXV without the X's. 5.
Nice. MC Hammer. MC Hammer's the guy that stopped his opponent by half time. 3-0 at the half, and it was a one werewolf show. It was Vincenzo he beat. So okay, that was number 5. And Loki Star.
Number 1.
Number 1.
No.
Core Knights Wood Elves won a exciting match, and even by his own hand, he confessed he probably shouldn't have won it. Won 3-2 against Infinite Pink. So that was number 1. And Andy, yes, you're number 1 in the ladder. You said that already. Very well done. But you're not number 1 in the cup. Well, technically, I suppose you're the current cup holder, but you won't be at the end of the season. And the away team, Andy.
Lucky 7. It's 7.
Ugnash knocked out former champion Schaefer in the season that nobody cares about. 1-0. With his Dem Crooked Vultures, DKV. And the next home team, please.
Number 13.
Your Bats Orcs, another Orc team, straight out the hat. They do their Premiership side, I believe, as well. A lot of Premiership teams going through into the cup, except for some Chaos outfit that nobody cares about. And the away team, please, Andy.
Number 2. We're Gavish. Tier 2.
Nice. Please.
Oh, is it 3? Are you in 3 actually?
No, I'm in 2, Andy.
Wow, aren't you lucky?
And looking good.
It's not bad. My season's going very well. Thank you for commenting, Loki Star.
And the
next home team.
That would be me.
It would be you.
Number 3. No, not number 3. Number 7.
Oh, that one. Can't have that.
We've already had 7. You're supposed to keep a list. The numbers we've had so far are 12, 16, 14, 3, 15, 10, 5, 1, 13, 2 and 7.
I've only got 5 numbers left. 3, 4, 6, 8, 11.
How does that make sense?
Oh.
1, Core Knight. We can check this. Just pick the next number. We'll see what's left over.
You said 3.
No, we've had 3.
Oh, that's the number I've already got. Not got crossed off. 3 then.
Skull.
Okay,
that was Robbo. Number 3 is
finishing
gone.
the playoffs.
Come on, Loki Star.
Number 4.
Number 4 hasn't been called. Anton.
Ooh.
Versus.
II 11.
You are the worst bingo caller ever. Grey Murphy's High Elves.
I'm not. I'm great at this.
And the next home team.
Number 6.
There should only be 2 teams left now.
Mm-hmm.
Vulture Squadrons Orcs. smashed Charlie into a concession. In the last round. And the final number, Andy.
It's a 0 with the belt on. It's 8.
Nice. Ichimasak with his Bretonians. That concludes the last 16. So we've got Ben versus Tector, Toby 1 versus Keith Carr, Skuld versus Mailer, Pete Nathan versus MC Hammer, Cornite versus Ugnash, Yorbat versus Prees, Anton versus Gray Murphy, and Vulture Squadron versus Ichimasak. So there we go. For all of you FA Cup wannabe Andys, there we go. There's the cup draw done for you. So we can go back to some Blood Bowl now. Right, let's turn that off. There we go. Right, so what match shall we catch now? What have we got?
That was more of an initiation of playing Caladan Corsairs.
We're not
it was
watching
0-0
that.
when we checked it earlier. Do you think they've actually not had turn 1 yet? Is that what's happened?
No, I don't want to watch that game, Andy.
No, I just wondered. No, seriously, I wondered if maybe we'd not had a turn or 2 yet.
That is a distinct possibility. For those of you that don't know what Andy's getting at here is that the coach of MI is a thoughtful coach. See how tactfully I put that, Andy? Do you see how tactfully I put that?
You make it sound like I was poking fun at someone. Absolutely not.
Keith Carr, would you agree, Andy? Keith Carr is saying in the chat there that we finished watching another masterclass in Skaven. Your views on that?
I absolutely thought he was lucky there. You're completely right. He absolutely was. Yeah.
Right, we're going to go and watch some Gitsburg Griefers versus Squishy United. That's Dwarves versus Humans. So we don't cover Humans very often, and it's from my division. So it's Tier 2, Middenheim East. Unless Andy had a different preference, but he didn't mention
I wanted
anything.
to watch Zunk's game, but I'm biased.
There's only a few turns left in the Squishy United game.
We can do round the grounds. There we go. We'll catch the last couple of games. So, there is a dead human.
Oh my God! It actually is turn 1. I've just tuned into the wrong game. It is
turn 1. This looks like it's going to be a draw. Security gate, by the way. You don't see this inducement very often. This is J-Bone's security gate. He really doesn't like the riot and pitch invasion.
I actually really like the stadium enhancements because other than
look at this stadium, by the way. This has been upgraded.
The bribe one, which is a bit broken for bash teams. A lot of them really do they add a little bit of fluff without breaking it, because the security gate doesn't really affect the game much. But if you really hate a particular kickoff roll, fuck it off. Just get rid of it. I like that.
I really don't like weather, so that was why I chose the weather one.
I know, it gets really hot now, doesn't it? I think it's warming, global warming.
It's always nice. It's always nice at my stadium. This is going to be 1-1. This result suits me quite nicely. Is there any injured dwarves? There aren't, I don't think. No injured dwarves. We do have a dead human. It's only a lineman. David passed away. Very sad.
Welcome to the stream, Ilensis.
It's been here. Yeah, it is a little bit annoying that the weather dome gives you the blue haze over the pitch.
I like it.
I'll still live with it. No, I mean, actually, when you're kind of scrolled out, if you're playing the weather dome, unless you come up like that, like here, you'll still get a blue haze over the whole pitch.
I like it because it reminds me of playing WoW 10 years ago and going to the Mage Fields of Dalaran.
Yes.
It really does remind me of that. Obviously, people who haven't played vanilla WoW will be like, what the fuck is he talking about?
Actually, I quite like what J-Bone's done here. So, he's now got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He's got a blitz onto this player now. I like that. He's got a chance. Doesn't have tackle with that blitz, so that's a problem because this is a blodging piece. So this is Would this be classed, Andy, as a potato play?
Semi-potato. It's exposed, but it's pin. Everything else is pinned. 20 Phoenix, we're always wondering what the fuck we're talking about. Thank you very much. Thank you for joining. And Gav will show you to the nearest exit.
No, I won't.
No, you won't. No.
Anyone coming in here who wants to join us in an evening spent of, moaning about Andy is more than welcome. Do you know what I really like about J-Bone? I've been listening to J-Bone's Double Skulls podcast, which he did 17 episodes of. It's pretty good listen. It's quite funny. Quite a lot of inappropriate talking, but let's not worry about that right now. Even Andy gets a mention, so does Charlie Banks. But interestingly enough, the first well, I guess tonight's the night for that kind of dodging. Yeah. Oh dear, that was a. Oh dear. There we go. What I was going to say is the irony of J-Bone playing dwarves. And he plays an awful lot of dwarves. It's not just in the UKBBL. The last few tabletop tournaments that we've played in. And by the way, Loki Star, if you can muster up the cash to come across to the UK to join us at one of our tabletops, we'd gladly receive you. People have made it across from Finland before. So, oh dear, that's a broken blitzer. Oh dear, that's a smashed ankle blitzer. That you've got to apothecary that, surely. It's late in the game.
And no, J-Bone doesn't play anything else. Oh, sorry, Loki.
He didn't apothecary that. At turn 15.
Does he have an apothecary?
Yeah, he does. Oh no, he doesn't. No, he's already used it. Well, that'll be just annoying. So that's a sacked blitzer, because one thing you can't afford to do is lose your little amount of speed that you've got. There's the touchdown.
Ooh,
Johnny doesn't just play dwarves. The bugger didn't create his own. That's very true. He did actually create his own team. He made frogs for everyone else to get hit by his dwarves. That is very true. Anyway, going back to J-Bone's Double Skulls podcast, the interesting thing right early on in the episodes that he did, he went on about how much he hated dwarves and how boring they were and how much he disliked them. And I haven't seen him play anything but dwarves for quite some time. So it's just quite interesting.
20 Phoenix, you said you're playing frogs next weekend. I'm interested in where that is. And Ceramol, I heard you actually play frogs really well, and you managed to keep calm, which is quite surprising.
You're such a cruel man.
No, I honestly, I know frogs can be really frustrating, and someone who can keep their cool when playing frogs that's just impressive.
Is frogs not for you, Andy?
Probably not, no.
You'll have to let us newbies into what you mean by frogs.
Okay, so frogs, as you probably are aware, Loki Star, Legendary Edition is coming for Blood Bowl 2, yeah?
Yep.
So one of the new races that has been announced in Blood Bowl 2 is the Kislev team. Now, Kislev are based on a race from UKBBL, from Blood Bowl, sorry, called the Slan. Now, Slan are basically frogmen.
Frogs. Yep.
And so Kislevs are basically Slan. Slan are Kislev, and Slan are frogs. And J-Bone actually did a Kickstarter campaign whereby he had some really nice Slan miniatures cast, and they actually set up the Kickstarter, and he sold lots and lots of frogs, and it was quite a successful Kickstart. So apparently I think Andy, if Ceramol's correct, Andy is re-rolling to Kislev when we go to Legendary, away from his Chaos team, just to prove he can play with any team rather than just a cookie cutter one where he's either got an agility 4 crutch or a claw crutch, you know. He's got stuff to prove.
So does that mean the Kislev have all got leap or something?
Yes.
Yes.
That is what the Slan roster is, and the Kislev roster has been announced that it is based on the Slan roster. Out of interest, Loki Star, so this will be quite exciting for you, because if you've been playing Blood Bowl 2, you won't have experienced a lot of these other races that are coming along. Out of all the new races that have been announced, do any of those appeal to you?
I haven't really looked at them yet.
Okay, it's going to be very exciting. So there's a whole new part of the game that you now need to learn.
I'm still trying to catch up with the number of basic teams we've got at the moment.
It's quite a learning curve, I think Blood Bowl is. This is why, going back to what we were discussing earlier, the practice is very important, and I'm sure Andy would agree with that.
Yeah, I must admit it's quite interesting to try to learn to play against each race. I've enjoyed playing against elves mainly because I don't get damaged, and that's my number one aim each week, is to try and minimise the amount of damage on me and cause a bit to the opposition. Having said that, trying to learn how to actually win against elves, it's a nice challenge. Just early on, I was used to being able to mark up with someone and stop them running away. Elves, especially when you're playing, I'm playing the Tossers this week.
I played them yesterday.
They've got like 5s, 6s on the ability. It's gonna be a real interesting challenge.
Yeah, especially that strength 4, agility 5 war dancer. He's pretty nasty. And of course, against the Tossers, Claw doesn't help you.
No.
Yeah.
Mind you, I did one of my favourite plays this season. In one shot, I killed 2 witch elves. Fireball.
Boo.
Unfortunately, one of them got better.
Good.
Good evening, Bush Ranger.
Like
Nice of you to join us.
They're underpowered, I think.
Andy, just to cheer up the viewers, I heard that Harry Barles died.
Yeah, there's an obituary in my last matchday thread in MD6.
I was a little bit surprised because you actually kind of sold him as your team's best player, and I don't think that's quite true, is it?
Hang on, whoa, be careful. His family watch this show.
I think he's arguably not the best player in your team. I can think of a couple that are more important to your team than Harry.
I don't know. I don't think I can talk about it without reading out his obituary.
If you want to read out his obituary, I am giving you permission to read out Harry Barles' obituary here live on air.
What gave you that idea?
Rest in peace, Harry Bowles. Today we need to consider what a tragedy has befallen us. Today isn't about the result. Today is about looking back and fondly remembering. Today is all about the crusade following needing to pull together and unite. You were a great warrior, hacked down in your prime. Our thoughts go out to your whole family. We have announced that we were placing the crusade on hold for a week as a mark of respect.
So you're going to actually allow somebody to get a admin win against you?
No, we just put it on hold for a week. That means we can't play until Saturday.
Okay.
Blackstar HQ now needs to salute the person that will be attempting to fill the mammoth boots left behind by Harry, and we are pleased to announce...
we've got now Broken Troll Slayer.
Oh dear.
My God, that's... Oh yeah, it's okay, it's just a badly hurt.
Only a badly hurt. I'm yet to play this side.
It's that Troll Slayer there that's still on the pitch that's the real problem when you're playing against this lot, the Gitzberg Griefers. So, please continue.
Good old Red.
You're going to get to the poorly spelt Hawley Comet.
No. So, right. So the second paragraph. Blackstar HQ now needs to salute the person who will be attempting to fill the mammoth boots left behind by Harry. and we are pleased to announce the signing of Helicopter, who has just flown in from the Chaos Wastes to join the Crusade to get Moo Block. That is actually part of the Crusade. In other news, the game was played today and it finished 1-1. The dice were abysmal throughout, and it confirms we do indeed play a dice game.
Oh God, you didn't need to read out that last two lines. Yeah, the first thing that popped into my head when I read that is, what about Macho Man?
What about him?
Well, he's
equally good.
He is equally good, and there's 2 or 3 beastmen who I think would be more important to your team than Harry.
No, that Chaos Warrior is probably one of the 2 most important players in the team.
Do you genuinely
quite cross
believe
when he
that?
died. Yeah, it's the 4 Chaos Warriors are the mainstay of that team.
They're the glue, aren't they?
Yeah, they are. Yeah.
So one more badly hurt Chaos Warrior, and you're in trouble. Is that what you're saying, or dead? Or
I would say if Macho Man dropped dead, this team would fall apart.
You haven't got much guard at all, have you? Really? That's a...
Nope. Yeah, that's the Chaos Warriors. Those 4 Chaos Warriors are the glue. And yeah, would I be bothered if my ball carrier died? Nope, not in the slightest. Block time and tackle? Nope, don't care. The Claw Mighty Blow guy? Meh, I'm supposed to be mildly irritated. A Block Beast? No. It's those Chaos Warriors. It really is those Chaos Warriors. It was such a hit.
And they're always at the front, so there's not an awful lot you can do to protect them, is there?
No, and a unskilled Chaos Warrior is 80 TV less than a Chaos Warrior with Block, Guard, Mighty Blow, and Claw. So, what would I rather receive for the rest of the season? A Babe or a fully skilled Chaos Warrior? Now let me think. The inducement value is not even close to the value on the pitch of that player.
Right, looking at what we've got on offer, we've got 45 minutes left of the show. We've got the Mucus Munching Monsters versus Wolf Mother. I think that's... I'm going to find out which tier that is in, actually. I'm just going to have a look at that. So Mucus... That's tier 4. So I know how Andy doesn't like to watch a tier 4 game because he can't keep up. That's a conference, that second game.
We watch a tier 4 game. I'm well up for a laugh.
Norsey Glory, that's a 005 team in Haunted Hills East. That's Nexus's team. Nexus isn't a bad player from what I recall. And Ball Squeezers, that's tier 2. Ball Squeezers versus the Pit Vermin is tier 2. And that would be Steve-O versus Clooney the
Steve-O's
Scourge.
good. Steve-O actually is, I believe, currently holding the record for the best Camry team in Champions Ladder.
Really? That's good.
Yeah, he's a good player. He is. He's quite new, but he's a good player.
Cullen Stompers is GWE. That's an Orc team playing against Sporting Cobras, who are a Dark Elf team. So what do you fancy, Andy?
Oh, no. I think this goes over to the guest. Guest, what do you fancy?
There we go. Like
let's do Sporting Cobras, because I played them in what was it, the FA Cup
season. Oh, the FA Cup. Okay, let's do that then.
Yeah, so played them in the FA Cup
versus Dark Elves. 0-0 at the moment. Cairn Stompers are currently top of Griffin's East with a record of 4-0-1. Sporting Cobras are struggling. They're 1-2-2.
Yeah, I think he's a fairly new guy, Portuguese guy, something. I think.
Okay, so Cairn Stompers, coached by Magyarkan. They have a couple of Mighty Blow Blitzers and a Tackle Sure Hands Blitzer. No other skills in the team at the moment, so they're pretty new. And then the Sporting Cobras, they have lots of block and some blodge guard and some tackle dodge blitzers. So there's a lot of the Dark Elves definitely have more skills, although they do seem to be suffering in this game.
So why are you looking at that?
This is the end of the game, actually, to be fair. This is actually turn 16, so this is real round the ground stuff tonight. Are the Orcs going to score the winner?
Else, then.
Yeah, we will do. We'll just watch. It's nice to cover a number of matches from around the league, because then we get true around the ground stuff, which is always kind of what we're looking to do. So there we go.
So I was going to ask a question. What's the key to playing a high agility side?
Andy, do you want to answer that?
That's a very broad question.
I have an answer that I would like to give. If you'd like me to go first.
Yeah, go for it.
The key to playing a high agility team is to know when the time is right to put your eggs into one basket. There'll be a point where you realise that the odds that you've kind of negotiated are optimal, and it's that turn where you need to hope you get a few rolls going your way to run it in. That's the key. Often with dodgy teams, people make mistakes. They rush in too hard. They allow the cage, they allow the cage to form up too much, and they get involved into a bit of a ding-a-ling. One of the coaches that I used to get frustrated a lot in Blood Bowl 1 was very, very good at recognising that actually the odds aren't in his favour. So he was very, very good at playing the column defence. It was very, very frustrating. So that's the way I'd look at it.
So you're playing against high agility side.
Yeah.
I mean, what I've tended to try and do is to realise that they're going to dodge out.
Oh, so you're talking about? Sorry, I misunderstood. You're talking about how you beat a high agility side with a bashier team. Okay.
For me, it's Necro versus elves. Okay. What do you call it? Wild elves or wood elves or whatever they're called.
Okay, so you're primarily trying to get some tips from the great Andy Davo to beat Verbal's wood elves next week.
Okay. Well,
just as an example.
Well, let's have a look at the teams. Let's actually have a look at the two teams. So I'll just come out of this replay. I just chose another one at random.
Middenheim East, is that correct?
Yeah.
Force your opponent to roll 2s as well. That's also good. Say, give him
lots of skulls.
A d6 dice with only 1s on it. That works. So bringing them up on the... So it's actually in my division. So I can actually go in via Firehawk, which is handy. Oh, no, not that way though.
Right. Can I ask a question? You've got 150k in the bank, and you've already done your stadium, and you've already got your bonus on it. The 150k, what are you planning on doing with it?
It's still too early to be saving up for the auction at the end of the year or whatever it is. So probably inducements. I was thinking whether to spend some of it and go for a bribe or go for a wizard. I did want to save up some money for when I play against Gunlog and his Norse.
Foulmaster 3000.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's always a good game. Really enjoyed that one last season.
Well, I was really, really upset because I have Foulmaster 3000 next week, and I am absolutely gutted for Gunload because his Yetis actually missed next game. So, unfortunately, there won't be that Mighty Blow Claw Yeti roaming around the pitch. So I'm really sorry, Gunload, that's happened to you. Sorry. And he's in the chat, so right. There we go. That's a heartfelt apology to you, Gunload. There.
I'm calling this bullshit. That's why I'm just going to come back to me. I'm calling bullshit.
Right, so we've got Tea Leaves Quiet up on the screen now. So I've already put a price on Freddie Mercury's head. I'm not going to lie.
You're not the only one.
A few people would like to see something happen to that.
Okay. He survived about 15-20 dice at the end of last match.
General points of strategy. Either choose to go after the tree and claw mighty blow it and knock it over and pile on and remove it, or put one lone zombie on it and ignore it. Don't put the 2 flesh golems on it and something else and then wander off. So either deal with it or ignore it, but don't half-arse it. That would be my first thing. I personally would probably choose to ignore it.
And speaking from experience, because I played Verbal last night, he won't be afraid to stand that treeman up and do 2 go for it's to pin down 3 of your players.
No, he won't. He will roll dice. Verbal's a good friend of mine, and so I'm loath to give lots of advice against him, but I'm sure he won't care. The Werewolf Free Mercury, for me, would be blitzing every turn and piling on every turn. I would take a bribe if let's go. I'm going to go for winning here. I'd take a bribe, and then Flea of Fleas would be fouling things. But make sure you get at least 3 assists into any foul that you do.
I actually played Verbal yesterday and managed to get a draw on 2 defensive touchdowns as well. And if I'm absolutely honest, that's because Verbal made a mistake. I probably should have lost. Verbal managed to leap his ward answer past my 1 tackle piece, failed the leap, re-rolled it, and then didn't have the dodge skill when he rolled the next one because he'd chosen to land next to the tackle piece. So fair play to Verbal. He probably should have won yesterday. But we got a tie. But I did similar to Andy, and Verbal did start rolling lots of dice. He's got lots of agility. I had my 1 tackle piece. He's got tackle, mighty blow. I targeted key pieces. I did use my wizard at a very funny time, hoping for the ball to scatter off the pitch. It didn't work out like that. Verbal had a couple of fortuitous scatters that led to that. But
I would say that because Verbal's only got 11 players, anytime you remove anything and cause a little red cross, that's got to be a good thing. So I would just hit anything you can knock over, because most of it's high value, because it's either got a niggle or it's got agility 5 or 6 or strength 4.
Yeah, and because he's got so much agility boost, Loki Star, he doesn't actually have that much block.
Yeah.
So your block pieces, all right, Freddie Mercury doesn't have tackle, but I'd be using him over Leonard.
Yeah, me too.
Because you've got the mighty blow and the against the niggle pieces, you're removing those niggle pieces. If you break the armor on a 6+, and you're injuring them on an 8+. So.
And you get to pile on. So you're rolling it. You need a 6+, and you get 2 attempts to roll it.
Let's bring up Verbal's team as we're talking about it, because it's got an awful lot of agility upgrades. He is missing a player as well. He is missing his a dodge guard piece, but as you can see, he's carrying a lot of injuries. Minus strength on the agility piece, minus armor here on a wrestle piece. This one's niggled. Cataract is niggled. Smashed knee. Basket, the agility 6 piece, is also carrying a niggle. I mean, the piece that you really want to be targeting off the pitch is Saint, the ward answer, because that's the guy that makes this team.
I guess if you get rid of him in particular, maybe also the other ward answer, but him in particular, it makes it harder for him to break your cage.
Yeah, absolutely. And don't forget, Finder is leaping on 3+, because agility 4 is a 3+ leap. So the strip ball, obviously. Do you have a sure hands piece?
No.
Andy, your view on a Necro team? Should they have a sure hands piece?
Ooh. Yeah.
I used to have one. I had using, but I think I lost 3 ghouls. Not this season, last season. Right at the beginning in the first sort of 3 matches or something, 4 matches. So I sort of stopped going for them. I didn't want to use sure hands on any of the other pieces. I had I'm planning on getting it with one of my ghouls moving forward.
I have to ask because I've watched a couple of your games. You keep using Jack Wright to be your ball carrier because
Only because he has the better chance to pick up. It's not necessarily a preference. Now that Sting has Blodge,
Well, hang on.
I'll probably start to use him.
Hang on, Zunk. What happened?
Elves.
Zunk. Talk to us.
Elves. Right, what happened? Okay.
Sorry, this is an interruption to the stream to this evening's broadcast. Bringing in one of our other guests from earlier in the season. Some kind of helicopter maneuver going on here. If you can hear that, I'm sorry about that. Zunk was playing against some elves tonight. What elves were they?
That was my helicopter. Just brought me in.
Oh, okay.
Hot from Mad Kenny's car park. I stayed.
The Waitrix is just yelling boo for the dwarf coach in stream.
I'm a chaos coach, just trying dwarves to be more popular.
Evil Squall with his okay. Evil Squall. So Evil Squall's playing high elves, is that correct? And the high elf team has an awful lot of doubles.
Not really. No. What happened? Wizard early, agility 5 blitzer nip in, has ball off, bops down the other end. But we managed to equalise, so it's 1-1 at half time. Kicking then. I suppose highlights from my perspective: very resilient elves. We injured one elf really until right at the end. Eldril was available the whole time, despite us battering on him left, right, and centre. So very weak performance from the Dwarves' Violence squad. We could have got a draw, but to be honest, because we didn't chin enough players until right at the end, it was elves. And I think, Squall played strong game, but he commented nothing went wrong for him at the important times. It all kind of elfed together. So thwarted dwarves, eh? Sure.
Okay, well played, Evil Squall. He's come in. He's had a bit of a tee-hee-hee there. Well done. And it actually fits very nicely in together because the conversation we've just been having with Loki Star is he's got elves next week. He's got Verbal's ridiculously agility boosted elves. You're playing. Is this uphill for you, Loki Star? Are you getting inducements against these elves? What's the team?
Yeah, I do get some adjustments. I was just looking at that. He's got 1870 and I got 1740 and I got 150 in the bank.
Okay, so I will put this open to Andy. What would you buy with that?
Sorry, how much was the inducement difference?
130.
And you already get 130.
Yep.
Huh. I just dropped. Oh, I can. I wouldn't put anything in, and I'd just take a bribe, and then you've got your winnings from this week. Yeah, because you've already got the dirty player, and you don't need to do anything. And you can then foul. You will then get. You have 200k to spend next week, which means over your next 2 games, you could drop 100k in for both those 2 games as well, and get a bribe 3 weeks in a row.
Whoa! Let's not be hasty here about taking bribes.
Who I'm playing.
3 weeks.
You're playing Gav the week after. I've already checked.
Save my cash till the following week.
Yeah. And that's not because you're playing against my co-commentator this week. It is, but I like to try and say that it isn't. You don't need to.
I feel violated. That's my job. I'm here to insult you, not the other way around.
See what it feels like, fucker. See.
Oh God, he's got a beer stand as well. Of course he has. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
The players get thirsty half time, Gav.
Flipping beer stand. Oh, God. I hate people like you. Fucking frenzy and beer stands.
That's right. I don't know how
Well,
to use it.
at least you won't have a bribe, eh, Gav?
Just kill Gunlow's Yeti. Well, it's okay, Tilbeast. Gunlow's Yeti is not playing next week because he's hurt already. Oh dear. Right. So anyway, I was going back to the just before we come back onto that. So Andy, is that your genuine answer? Just by the bribe?
I'd actually say I don't think you need to put any money in this week. So I would be seriously considering your next couple of games. Like, do you actually want to save up and potentially carry some cash over? You could go for a level 3 stadium then, if you so wished.
I've got one of those. Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
Is there any advantage to a level 3 stadium? Are they going to bring something in with the new version?
No,
Nope.
it just looks cool.
Better seat for Lozigor's mum, I think.
That's right. There is another helicopter here. Zunky, are you going again?
See you, lads. I'll see you later. Yes, bye.
I mean, if I don't spend any of my cash, I'm going to be carrying an extra 50k, for example, into next match for my TV, which seems a bit stupid to me.
Well,
I think I'm more likely to consider grabbing a wizard for this next match.
well,
I've got some cheap guys who I bribe with anyway. Zombies, if they get sent off, it's not the end of the world.
well, hang on. Why don't you? Let's have a look. So,
Andy?
as you're actually.
The match on
Go on.
stream at the moment, by the way, is Ball Squeezers versus Pit Vermin. The reason we've
excellent.
gone for that game is because it's our friend claims balls of nenemies. The superstar break tackle dodging ogre.
I
Ooh, I
want
like
to
him.
see that. I want to see that ogre fucking turn over. I really, really, really want to see that ogre turn over a block. Right? You will not hear me as happy as that all
Yeah,
week
Zunk actually has
when this
gone. His helicopter's taking him away. Bye, Zunk.
Yes, yeah. So if this happens on this stream, you're gonna have to just turn down your volume slightly because I'm gonna go wild. Just saying. Right. Anyway, back to your team. So you are currently TV 1740. Next week you're playing Final, which is 1800. So let's say you got the TVs don't change much because you're unlikely to take any damage. And Final, like running a deep bench anyway. Carrying an extra 50k in means that you don't get a babe that you would have got potentially, and you can drop the 100k in. And you end up at the end of the round with 100k in the bank plus whatever you win.
But if I'm below him in TV, I spend the 50k now. I get it anyway as free cash into the kitty next week.
Yeah,
So it wouldn't matter.
Indeed, I have to admit, I haven't looked. So I'm just talking it through. It might well be that it might be worth spending the money. I genuinely hadn't even looked. I was just talking it through. It is possible. Gav, who have you got this week?
I've got the Norse team.
The Fowley one.
Yeah,
the
Foulmaster 3000. Yeah,
Okay, so
They
actually
are-
it is possible.
they are missing their Yeti.
Okay, but so actually it is possible that Gav might not be 1800. He might only be 1700 or 1500.
Yeah, to be
So
fair, against Verbal this week, I got 300,000 or 260,000 to play with because I was missing a Black Orc and a Blitzer this week. So against Verbal this week, I induced a Loner Blitzer and a Wizard for 260. And funnily enough, the Loner Blitzer died, so I was quite pleased about that. If you're going to lose a Blitzer, that's the best way to lose it.
Okay, I'll ask another question on top then. When you're playing elves, if you can get a good number of them into a fireball zone with an armor value of 7, do you hold off using it because of the threat and all the other advantages and the chance to use it to get a touchdown or something later on, or do you risk it earlier if you can get say 4 players in it with the chance of getting removals and getting some number advantage for a period of time?
Do you know? I think for me, you're talking about an attrition fireball there. There are 2 things about that. One, if you can get 5 elves, don't include the tree in this, but 5 elves, especially as he's only got 11 players anyway, I would absolutely be considering it, because any red crosses off that, you're likely to probably get 1 red cross out of 5 mighty blow hits, because on a fireball, the way that the game's coded it, you get mighty blow on the armor and mighty blow on the injury, so you are very likely to get something if you could hit 5 elves. I don't know what the mathematical tipping point is. It feels like 5, so I'm going to say 5. So
you're not going to get.
Yeah.
I very much doubt I can get 5.
Yeah, Verbal's not going to give you 5 to shoot at. The most he gave me yesterday with a wizard was 3, and I didn't even take that either. I actually took the lightning bolt, which did result in a red cross, funnily enough. But
yeah, would it take 5? Yes. Would it consider 4? Probably. Would it take 3? Maybe. It depends on what 3 it was.
Yeah.
But 3, you're likely to knock over 1.5. That's the statistical average. Yeah. So let's say you get 1, and if you would I pay
double skull on the ogre. It's all right.
Is it turned over? Oh
no! It didn't turn over.
It didn't pass loaner because it hasn't. It's got pro. Oh, he fucking melded.
Yeah.
That fucking ogre.
He hasn't got pro.
Double skull. Okay. Yeah.
He doesn't have pro, does he?
No, he doesn't have pro. He just loaned. He managed to make the loaner. What an arse. So yeah, would I fireball 1 elf, or would I lightning bolt an elf looking for a casualty? Not really. What? What? Oh, it's because I'm not.
I love that guy. I love that
ogre. Sorry, I just saw it. I'm watching it on the stream. I'm a little behind. Has he got break tackle?
It does have break tackle. That's what upsets. It's got break tackle and dodge. That's what upsets Andy so much about it. We covered it a few weeks ago, and Andy didn't know what to say. He just didn't. That's even worse, because he's just coconutted with his ogre, used a loner reroll, which has then worked, and then he's dodged through a tackle zone to get where he is. That is brilliant. I love that player. That's the kind of ogre that Bob loves. That's brilliant. Absolutely priceless.
I don't know what to say. I am genuinely offended.
It's a potato play. Oh, he's going for it. And used the sure feet.
20 Phoenix, why do I not like it? A ogre rolled a double and didn't take block. What the fuck is wrong with that ogre? That is my problem with this player. Why has it not got block? Does the ogre have leap? I think apparently on its next skill up he is considering leap.
It should.
It was going to be bonehead, but apparently it's already got that, so you can't give it that.
Look at these rolls. It's brilliant. I just love it. What a guy.
Block.
Funny enough, this gutter runner can actually still get there.
Assumed it had block 2. Yes, well, there was your assumption mistake, 20 Phoenix. I assumed it had block 2 and then realised it got dodge.
So is this what you call a potato play?
Not quite, because it is screened, but it's sort of.
It's a 1 dice block to the ball carrier here. In fact, no, you can get this horns player there as well. 6, 7, 8, 9.
Bob, I don't have a point here. Unfortunately, I'm going to bow to the wisdom of block, break, tackle ogres.
Hang on, it's not a block break tackle ogre though.
Oh
is
no,
it?
sorry, a dodge break tackle. That's what I meant.
You can get a 3 dice block here with the Horns Gutter Runner with 1 go for it and 1 dodge. This player doesn't have tackle, and then he can go and retrieve the ball with the other Gutter Runner here. And this is interesting. Steve-O will see this, I would imagine. What he will do first, however, is move the other players. He won't go straight for the blitz if he's being sensible. So what? Sorry, what we were talking about? Sorry, that whenever that ogre gets onto stream, he distracts me completely. So I love that guy. What a guy. So, Loki Star, would you say that those are the races that you find most difficult then? The elves? Or are there other particular races that you've found more challenging than others? I mean, if you had a choice of a race to play against, what would you play against? If you feel
I like playing against elves because at least there's less chance of me taking damage, and survival's more fun than not.
So, okay. Oh, there's a go for it. Fail.
But I've enjoyed.
What? There's the potato. Yeah, I was going to say. So, is the game more about? That's unfortunate. Is the game more about team development for you? Is that what you enjoy about the game more than anything else?
Well, it's more the point that if your team gets completely hamstrung, then each game is absolutely a pain, and you've got to play the season out, and that's I'd prefer to be able to at least be competitive in each game, whether you win or lose. To at least have a chance and to have something to plan and organise and so on, and to learn. As soon as you get behind, it becomes a little bit more annoying, I think. And I've noticed even when I'm playing other sides, when I start to fall behind, I start to do stupid manoeuvres and so on.
Yeah, it kind of snowballs and.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a big play.
Week.
Oh, the dodge. The dodge saved the ogre there. Don't know if you noticed that, Andy. The dodge saved the ogre. Just pointing that out.
No, didn't notice it.
I'm telling you, it happened. It was a thing.
I don't think it did.
It certainly did. So I'm calling this play right now because the ogre does have guard, so he's going to block this storm vermin out of the way. Then we're going to see the break tackle dodge ogre blitz this storm vermin out of the way. Blitz the gutter runner onto the ball probably. Here comes the ogre blitz. Let's watch it. Here you go, Andy. This is where you're going to get up.
I'm just cheering for Steve-O here.
I genuinely didn't realise that Ball Squeezers was this ogre. I genuinely didn't realise that.
What part of tier 4 is this? Sorry, remind me again.
This is Griffin's Wood East, I think.
Is this Premiership?
Is this
No,
Premiership?
This is tier 4.
Is this Premiership? Ah, yes.
So he's managed to dodge away. Never fails, Andy. Never fails. Hang on.
Turnover
Ball
on 3
Squeezers.
dice block, you fucker. Turnover.
Maybe it isn't. Ball Squeezers. No, this is tier 2, Andy. This is
tier 2.
Yeah. To be fair, Clooney is 1-0-4 for the season, so it's not
really.
bad. This is the same division as the match that we watched earlier. Actually, the Chainclaw Massacrists.
I do want to just
Keith
throw it
Bell's
out there.
division.
I have absolutely nothing against the coach. I absolutely respect people who play whatever he's playing, humans. But that player is just skilled wrong. Okay. Anyone who's watching this stream just walking in off the street, switching on Blood Bowl stream, trying to work out how to play this game, do not skill your ogre like that. Okay.
I think he's managed to do his blitz. He's declared the blitz. He's made the dodge, and now he doesn't know which one he's going to hit. Who is the target here, Andy?
the one on the diagonal, because you don't. Then you get 3 dice. There's no advantage to hitting the other one. Why make a needless go for it to hit from behind?
He didn't go
And
for the 3 dice.
That was an odd square to choose because you just didn't get 3 dice. I don't really understand that. Okay. Because
there he goes. He actually. What?
see, what I don't understand the point of that. I don't understand the point.
Maybe he doesn't understand how break tackle works. Did he actually use the break tackle on the first one?
Yeah.
Yeah, he did, because he rolled a 2 to dodge. Maybe he just doesn't understand how break tackle works.
Is that because you only get break tackle once?
Break tackle gets triggered if... Yeah, I mean, the way break tackle works is it uses your strength instead of your agility to dodge. A passing play
If
coming
you
up
need
here.
it.
But only if you need it.
Yeah, but only if you need it. So, if you roll a 6, it won't trigger your break tackle.
But you only get to use it once.
Yeah, you can only use your strength. You can't use your strength to dodge every single time. It's a one-time only per turn.
If you could, it'd be a very, very strong skill, and you'd see a lot
Everyone
of
would have it. Or
Yeah.
Black Orcs would be taking it, and Chaos Warriors would likely take it an awful lot more often than they do. All big guys would have it as a mandatory choice. So yeah, it's the best Blood Bowl players will position players around a big guy that has break tackle to stop them from doing it. Lizards, oh my god, can you imagine lizards with break tackle? I mean, lizards with break tackle are good anyway, but lizards with break tackle working every time.
Gav, it's weird. I'm just thinking about Blood Bowl now. Yes, I actually can imagine a lizard team with break tackle. It's just coming to me out of the blue. I can't think why. Yes, I can. I don't know where that's come from.
Yeah, break tackle strength 6 Tomb Guardians is where it's at. Yeah, because think about it from another point of view. Every single big guy on the pitch becomes a cage breaker. So, yeah, that's why it's a one-trick pony, so you can mitigate it. Well, congratulations to Steve-O on a win. Well done to all the people that we've put in the stream tonight. Well done to Keith Carr. Thank you very much for working out how to use Discord, Loki Star. Nice to have you with us. Hopefully you can join us again on the stream soon. Andy, it's been good to have you back. You're around next week, Andy? Zunk's on the show next week. Your bosom buddy.
I think I am. Yeah, I think I am. I'm just going to plug my own show now, just for a laugh. I will be streaming Wednesday, Saturday, and Sunday this week.
Texture, you've missed the FA Cup draw. I can tell you who you're playing.
You actually got coin flipped out, Tector, unfortunately.
We didn't.
Because you weren't here, one of the 2 guys that had a coin flip was given a bye. So, yeah, oops.
Tector wants to take a Dodge Ogre in the Premiership now.
If Tector gets a Dodge Ogre to the Premiership, if he ever comes to the UK,